Viewers, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Um, man. Alright, so the main thing about it is that there's a new deck that I'm basically playing. And sorry if you had to wait a little bit. I wasn't sure whether I was still streaming or not, but apparently I'm going to leave it on this particular name in order to make sure at least people understand what's going on. So, there's been a new deck I've been working on, and it's called Zephyr Metaphysics. Okay, I don't have a lot of cards related to what do you call it, game to the worms, and I'm not willing to go around spending anything for the worms. And so I said to myself, how can I create a new deck, a deck that I can actually enjoy from just basically playing worms. Now the thing about it is that I was lucky enough to get Zephyr, and many of the cards, if you look at my deck here, they're all just normal cards. During the last, what do you call it again? During the last session where they featured Sword Soul, I was able to get emergency Sword Soul emergencies. So I was able to get some of these cards and some of these Zephyr, whatever. I was able to do that because I had invested in Shadows, which personally I would say anybody who wants to start the game can actually invest in Shadows. What do you call them again? What do you call them again? Midolches, or you can invest in machines, Machina plus what do you call this other one again? Infinite Track. So basically it's Infinite Track plus Machina, Shadows, with what's his name again? I've forgotten his name, Alistair. And then you have whatever else you have. But when I was investing in the Shadows, I had the opportunity to also get some Zephyr cards. So that's how I was able to get some of them. And I wish somehow that I had invested a little bit more in the Shadows a little bit so I can get all my Zephyrs, you know. So now I'm regretting it. But anyway, I was going through the whole series. I was just going through the whole cards that I collected from different packs, and I went to see whether I could create something out of some of the cards that were just useless from those packs, and I came upon Zephyr. Now Zephyr, to me, I don't know, the way they are is just, I don't believe that they're strong deck. I don't care what people say they're good, but I don't think so. I think they're just so dependent on certain things to happen in order for them to flow a little bit well. Now, in terms of negates, yes, they do have negates, but you have to have some of these Ying Long cards in order to really make them work, you know. So I just said, you know what, I'm just going to give up on that, you know, because I'm not ready to get some of the Yang Long or Ying Zing cards. So I went with a new kind of archetype here, which belonged to the worms. I've tried putting in the 10 Yi spirits. 10 Yi now led me to Sword Souls, which I was happy, okay, you know, I was going to add them to. But now, with the Sword Souls being in the deck, it still wasn't giving me that chop that I needed, you know, to really move the deck along. And I had to start weaning off from the Zephyr path because there were just so many things that I thought that the Zephyrs could offer me, and I just refused for some days now to go away from the Zephyr. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to whittle it down to cards that I know that are not doing a lot for me in the deck. And then it came down to this kind of card. So I ended up with just keeping the Yang Zings, you know, ended up keeping Yang Zing, kept the Ritual Beast Tima Zephyr, because I need her to summon up the Yang Zing if I go if I go to use her to collect this from the graveyard. Right? Now, let's try to go through the whole deck and for me to explain to you why I'm still picking up this cards. And remember, this is still a revision. I am still going through all of these cards as you guys see them. I'm still going through them. I'm not yet settled. I just had a great match recently. I've been winning with the deck from time to time, and I've been losing too. But I had a great match to which I said, you know what, I'm just going to show you guys. At least the deck is to some degree doing fine, and I may upgrade or degrade certain elements of the deck. Now, this card here, Dragon Page Magician, the reason why it's in the deck is because it's a level 8. Okay? It has a balance scale of 8. And that rivals every other thing in the deck. That's why I have it here. Now, I also have, so this card and Tinkerbell, I think I call it Tinkerbell, but I know it's Perform Pal, Label Man, but I call it Tinkerbell. For me, these two cards are like the source of my strength in the game. It allows me to really upgrade a lot of cards and get them to a point whereby I can really cause a lot of damage. That is what Tinkerbell and Dragon Pit actually are doing for me. Now, Tinkerbell doesn't have any restrictions on the cards it can special summon. So, because of that, I like her. The second part of Tinkerbell is that Label Man. The second part of Label Man is that she increases the level of whatever she pendulum summons. So, I have here a Zephyr Nui, right? It's a level 6, right? With a skill of 7. So, because it's a level 6, when I summon it, I can upgrade it to a level 7, which now allows me to do other kind of plays in my deck. Okay? That is it. Alright. Now, let's move forward. So, we have the Dragon Pit. I have one of Shinwen. Just in case I don't get the worms that I want in my hand, I will use Shinwen to get a card for me. Okay? So, I put it here so that it can be destroyed, and then it gets the card that I want. This card actually is just a card that I have there to help me get some of my banished Zephyr cards or banished worm cards, and then get them back into my hand. That's all. That's all it's there for. And I'm still thinking about maybe increasing it by 1, and then finding ways to get maybe these Sword Souls to keep summoning their what do you call this thing again? Their tokens out, so that I will be able to utilize the effect of some of these worms in order to get certain things for myself. Okay? That's why I have them here, because of their tokens. I like their tokens, because their tokens help me activate effects of certain worms for me. Now, here's the situation, guys. I now decided that I was going to put this card here, Reactor Slime, because it automatically generates 2 slime tokens, 2 normal slime tokens. Now, here's the bad part, man. Here's the bad part. With this slime, it restricts me from doing any other thing. This is where I have a problem with the slime, and I'm about to take it out. Because it doesn't allow me to do another thing that I want. But I'm still thinking about one thing. This slime token. This reflector slime. I'm thinking I need to get this reflector slime into the deck in order to make this slime more feasible for me. Okay? So we have this one, we have this, you guys already know this. Then we have the Metaphysics Decoy Dragon. The purpose of the dragon is basically to help me, basically when I summon when I send the dragon to be banished, okay, in the next turn it comes back on the field for me, right? Now, once it comes back on the field, if this card is attacked, then this card, this Daedalus Metaphysics, will now be summoned, okay, which will now enable me to banish all my opponent's card, all my opponent's card, okay, monster cards from the field. I banish it all. All right, so that's the main purpose of it. And many of the times, people don't usually know the reason why it's there. They just know that, oh, it's there, right? But nobody ever reads. They think it's, oh, you're just going to use it to block an attack, but it's not. It's there so I can set up for the next stage of bringing up another set of cards again. All right. Next is the Unmaxed Dragon. The reason why the Unmaxed Dragon is in this deck is because if I don't have a worm in the graveyard, I can put it there to be destroyed, and if it's destroyed by battle, which is preferably what I want to be able to now summon any worm that I want to that is 1500 or less from my deck. So you can get which worm is going to come out. This is the worm that's going to come out. This is the worm that's coming out. Level 7, baby. Okay? Level 7, baby. That's what's coming out. Or I can summon, no, I can't summon this one. Yeah, 1500 or less. Yeah, so this is the only worm that's coming out. Okay? That's it. This Zephyr is just to turn any other Zephyr into a tuner. This is just to help me summon this card from the graveyard. This card is to stop somebody from drawing. You guys already know the rest. Tinkerbell, one of the best engines, I believe, for me for this path. I have one for this one, but I'm thinking about maybe making it 2. That way I can always enact the activity of Baron de Fleur, so that she can go back again and come back with another set of negates. One card that I really miss from this deck here is actually, what do you call this thing again? Barrel Dragon. And the reason why I miss Barrel Dragon is because with Barrel Dragon I can actually add more negates. So if you have a Barrel Dragon, rather than taking all this level 8 here, level 8 here, you know, all these nonsense cards, you can basically just take Barrel Dragon and put it in there, and then you'll be set for life. Yes? This one is 2 level 3s. The reason why I have 2 level 3s is in case I have this card and maybe this card, I can just pop this guy in and start blasting people's decks away. This card, 2 level 3s also. I'm thinking about removing this card. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove this card. It's not serving any purpose in the deck right now. It's just there to just help me put 2 level 3s in. I'm just experimenting, like I said. So its purpose is basically reduced as of the time. What else again? What else again? So you guys seen this, seen this, seen this, seen this. Zephyr. Okay, so the reason why I have Zephyr here is because I need Zephyr in order to push this card, Zephyr knowing this card and this card, into my zones, okay, into my on top of my special cards, or is it special summon cards, special summon list. I need it to stay in there. The reason is because I need cards in the special zone in order to activate my negates. So if I can get another card that allows me to discard one face up a card in order to negate, then I'll do so. You know, that's what I'll do. Okay, this card is to eliminate this card. This card, which is Magic Lantern, is to help me pull more cards, because the purpose of this card is also to help me pull cards. So if I'm not pulling enough cards like this Metaphysics Decoy Dragon, if I'm not pulling enough of it, then I have a problem with that. Yeah, so that's why it's there. This card is to destroy all these pendulums, while at the same time, this card, if I'm not getting pendulums, this card will now be used to destroy this card and not have to draw 2 cards. That's it. This card is just to help me get me Yangzin back into my grave, and then to back into my hand and then to shuffle 2 cards. That's all. Yeah, so this card just allows me to just special summon 1 face up and little monster from the extra deck. That's it. Okay. Now for these other ones, I'm not gonna bother like showing you guys what it is because it's still, like I said, it's still experimental. Until I get what I want, then we'll move from there. But until then, yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna show you guys a couple of games, and then we'll just end it on one of the high notes of the games that I've played so far. I'm gonna start off with a game that possibly that I lost. Like I said, I've been losing some couple of games. You know what? I'll just show you guys only one game. I believe that you guys deserve at least to see that. Let me see. I don't think this is it. No. Yeah, I'll show you guys a game that I lost. And then I'll show you guys a game that I won. Just to show you guys both parts of the deck that personally might not be working out. And, at least you guys actually see what's going on with the deck. I suspect that maybe you guys already. Oh, so this is a mirror match. I wasn't gonna win because this is just pure sword soul. So I wasn't gonna win anything at all, regardless of what I did here. I didn't set up my board right. Nothing was right, and he had the Fibrax with the what do you call this thing again? What do you call this thing again? Mecha Phantom Beast. He had all the Mecha Phantoms and so on and so forth. So I was definitely going to be disciplined on this one. And as you can see, many of the cards that I need, I don't have, which is just utter trash. So that's where I had the problem. So boom, you don't want to be caught without a Blossom, at this level. So boom, he drops it. Damn. Boom, it goes. And you know what's coming in, right? And there you go, Phantom Beast. Let's go. There's no coming back from this situation, especially if you don't have the cards in order to start the whole process. Level 5, Don Long or Yang Zing, which is small cards that I really need in my deck. I need those 9 pillars, man. That's what I need. I need a 9 pillar. And here comes Baron the Flare. See just how much play that card brings. I don't know why he did that, to take away his 9 pillars. But anyway, he was sure he was going to win. And he wanted to make sure that I knew about it. I wouldn't have sacrificed that for that. No way. He is very lucky that I didn't have Nibiru. But then again, I don't know whether Nibiru would have gone through. Yep. And he said, nope, that's what I thought. Maybe Nibiru will not even go through. You're gonna play the whole monster. that was it. And that's how I lost this game. So as you guys can see, there was no challenge whatsoever. They trashed me, you know. So I said, fine, no problem. We're gonna continue to play. So we said, okay, fine, great. Let's go. Let's go to the next one. This is gonna be a match that you guys would like to see, and it's against an Odd Eyes. Odd Eyes have, you know, I know that those guys are really like serious, man. We got backup to backups, you know. So I said, okay, fine, let's play this game. Let's go. Here we go. So he didn't have his cherry blossom, and that's where the whole thing went down for him. You know, it's just gonna be that. Call it one, boom, bang. Drew my card. Now, if you guys look carefully, you guys see that I really messed up here. What I should have done was to go ahead, get my Bushuda on the board, get this card going. Now this card will not come in, and then I move from there. But I didn't do that, but that's okay, because I didn't have my Blossom. I mean, I didn't have my Tinkerbell. So if I had my Tinkerbell, then yeah, bringing this card out would have led to me going ahead, giving this a +1. I mean, sorry. Go ahead, do this one, push it here, right? So basically use the Fushida, push it in, go ahead and use Tinkerbell if Tinkerbell was here, okay? But Tinkerbell, Label Man, okay? Perform Power Label Man is not here. So as a result of that, there's no, I can't make that play. That's why Label Man is very, very important for this deck, okay? So if you had this card here and then you had Label Man, that won't be a problem, because then you go with this card first, put it down, then go ahead and then put Pendulum Summon this card, then use Label Man, which is supposed to be, you know, right here. I never call Label Man Tinkerbell, and then increase it to 1, and then go to my Dragon, which is going to be this card, or that is Absolute Dragon, and then move from there. That's it. That's going to be the end of the play. But anyway, let's carry on. And there you go. I tried to destroy it. He said no. Use his Cherry Blossom to stop me, which was painful to watch, but anyway, had to be done. Now at this point, I could have stopped his gameplay if I had succeeded with that one, but he got very lucky. He did what he needed to do. I'm still thinking about using this card, like applying that card to my deck. In order to get my level 8 out a little bit faster. So to get someone in out, to get my level 8 out a little bit faster. So come out. Bang, bang, bang. And there he goes. Summoning cards that he really needs. He got his Odd Eyes. She's out. Now he goes ahead and does what other people normally do. They normally destroy the Odd Eyes in order to summon something, but he miscalculated. He didn't have a card in his hand, but he wanted to do it anyway. Hold on. So you can just summon this card like just like that? Wonderful. I should have known. Oh my god, that means I need this Vortex Dragon then. Okay, I need the Vortex Dragon. I need to put it in my deck. I need to get the Vortex Dragon into my deck then. Okay, so that's the card that is missing now. That Vortex Dragon, I need to have it in order for me to have multiple descent. Okay, because that other Vortex Dragon can bring out this new other Vortex Dragon. I'm just learning stuff as you guys are learning stuff, man. You know? So now he's going to try to stop me. And I said, nah, you allowed me to do something already. I already have a negate. I'm sending it down and I'm going to put you down in the process. You know? So give him the 1-2 combo. Beep, beep. Get out of here. Okay, fine. So now I'm just going to go into my next flavor. Just bring out, you know what it is, right? You know who's coming out. Baron the Fleur. There you go. She's out. She's got words for him. Okay, words, man, words. So there you go. That card is in there. I know I already set it up. It's time to move. Let's play. Nah, that ain't gonna help you. I'm putting him down. Okay, forget all that nonsense, man. I'm putting him down. You know. So that is it. Anyway, I learned something from watching this thing again. You know. Now I know. You know, I gotta do it. I gotta put in that vortex in order to do more negates. Just free money, man. So yeah, destroy that card. Now I can draw a card. I don't want him doing any nonsense now. I want to get this card in my hand immediately. So boom, he goes for that card. Now he plays that. I play my card. I go ahead and send that card to the graveyard. Then I push the other card into the distance. And there it is. Nothing you can do about it. Come back with his 25. 4 goes ahead. Pendulum summons on the field, drops it, bam. And then tells me, okay, you know what, we're gonna deal with this nice and smooth to bring out the big eye who is gonna be taking control of monsters on my field. And I said, okay, fine, let's go. Messing me up, man, left and right. Okay, fine, no problem. Cool. Now I brought out the small fry, and then my small fry can't do shit. Now what is he gonna do? He sent it away, brought it back because he doesn't want to give me back my card. I said, fine, no problem. That's fine by me. Now he's gonna think that he's gonna have something here. He does his plays, and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for you, big bro. So he destroys it, gets another order pendulum. I said, nah, they ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. I stopped him, said, hey, we're gonna check our hands. Let's check our hands. Let's go. Tossed away his cards. Boom! I had my own cards in my own hand. He said, okay, fine, great. He's gonna summon another card again. And I said, nah, ain't gonna work. Here comes the big boy. The big boy said, nah, out of here. And he had to check, man. He had to check himself and left immediately with extreme speed. You know, so anyway. I mean, there's some other games that I played that I really won just because, but that was one of the games that I felt like, you know, I should show you guys and say, okay, you know what, we got something here. And in the process of me looking through it with you guys, I got to see one thing, and that was that I could add another vortex card without even bothering myself about its summoning condition. You know, so that is a good thing here, man. So now that I saw it, and now I can add one more card to the deck in order to make it a little bit more viable and strong. Like, I'm not using all dice, but the idea is to have almost close to the same strength as all dice, but now with the flexibilities of all dice. But like I said, there are many cards that are out here in Yu-Gi-Oh that were thrown away in the past, and right now as we can actually go back to some of those cards. Perhaps to some degree they've gained strength because, you know, when I look at Yu-Gi-Oh in a whole nutshell, they haven't taken the time to actually how would I say, check the quality of all their cards. They have not upgraded certain cards, they have not lessened certain cards. All they're just doing is, oh, we're restricting this card or we're restricting that card. But they're creating cards, or they've created cards that had a purpose. And now that they're creating new decks, you know, they've forgotten about those cards. So the idea is to go ahead, look at some of those cards that the community no longer regards as something, and see whether I can find a gem in all that trash that they have in order to build a card that is worth the fight. Damn, that's some serious stuff. Wow, guys, did you see that? Did you see that? Well, anyway, you guys enjoyed that show. I'm your host, Gaming Odyssey, and I think I will have to sign off here. Until the next episode, I'll catch you on the next stream. This is Gaming Odyssey, signing out. Cheers.